I have energy here that is really speaking to some sort of independence, lots of experience. I feel like this also represents like accolades, maybe recognition, some sort of earned, right? I feel like this is a position earned. I feel like there's an accumulation of things that were accomplished as a result of lessons in the physical realm. I'm getting there's some sort of like position that somebody holds. And then I have, after that, the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like this is something that when you add these two together, it's 10 of Pentacles. So this really talks about somebody working really hard towards establishing generational wealth, a legacy, you know, creating something that's long lasting, something that will transfer from lifetime to lifetime. I'm also getting, like, with the 10 of Wands over here, that this is really speaking to the fact that, like, there's a lot of things that might be required someone's attention, and I feel like maybe these are things that you don't necessarily all need to do yourself. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to kind of like share some of the responsibilities or projects or things that you feel weighed down by. Maybe ask for help, like helpful resources. So maybe you can share this and it's not all on you. So maybe you're having to manage a lot in life and your physical reality. And sometimes there's things that, like, one, you have no interest doing. Two, like, you know, it's better off if someone else helps you with it, like maybe a contractor, or maybe it's something, you know, a friend, or maybe it's something, you know, with the family, kind of splitting things so that things are fair and divided out. It shouldn't all be on you. I feel like there's some things that maybe you might feel burdened by as well. So again, this really is about, like, it's okay not to be able to do it all, right? Like, we all have a lot of things on our plate. And I feel like you're being asked to kind of, like, you don't need to have your, like, you don't need to take these on if you don't want to. Like, you can free yourself. And again, asking for helpful resources. Okay, so this is what I'm picking up. All right, so then I also want to just stop at this point and say, I'm sharing divine guidance today. I want you to use your discernment to know if this is for you or not. I also want to point out this is a collective reading and it's for entertainment purposes. If you need to, you know, follow up with a personal, the link is in my profile. So let's just connect now and continue to receive guidance. Let me ask that you stand in your faith, trust, and knowingness you are divinely protected and loved. And these messages are for the highest and greatest good. And so it is. All right. So we're just going to see if there's any numbers that come to us. Okay, we have a 9. 9 of Pentacles. This could apply to, like, anyone who has a 9 in their birth date, their birth year, as well as life path numbers. You may see a lot of 9s. Okay. There's more about that, but let's continue going into what we have here. We have the Hanged Man, we have Judgment, we have Strength, we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so let me show you the Hanged Man. All right, so again, like, someone's, you know, kind of being called to see things from a different perspective. It's almost like there's something you need to look at more closely and evaluate. And then I have Judgment again. So this is really talking about, like, having all the information to make a decision. So sometimes you kind of have to, like, you know, before you take action, you know, you have to kind of plan things out, think things through, check in on certain matters, because there may be a better way to handle something, because I feel like your attention, your energy is meant to focus on something else. So what they're saying here is, you know, if there are things that you can take off your plate so that you can focus on what you're meant to focus on, okay, you're meant to help people, okay, in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like this is something that you know, do with enlightened energy. You're an enlightened being, okay? So I feel like they don't want you to be burdened by things that others can help you with, okay? You're meant to focus with the Strength card, okay, and have the confidence and okay to let some things go that are not for you, because your focus needs to be elsewhere. All right. And I feel like so many of us take this on as, like, you know, we have to do it all and we don't have to do it all. It's okay not to do it all. I feel like in some cases, like done is better than perfect. And I'm also getting like asking again for helpful resources. I feel like you are resourceful. Okay. So I feel like if there is anything you need to take care of, even if it's on like the home front or things that you're having to address, whatever that is, whatever's like you're having to part ways with and kind of get taken care of, I feel like you're in that process. And then I have page energy. Okay, so I feel like something new's coming in. You might hear from something from the past. Let's see what we can get regarding the rest of this reading here. Okay, so what do we have? The Hermit. Yeah, I feel like you're meant to focus on your spiritual path and those that you come across or who come across you. And it's intended, it's guided, and that's where you're meant to share your energy. We have Divine Feminine energy. We have the High Priestess. The Empress here. So this is you, you know, again, you're meant to create. Yeah, you're meant to create from a place of love. You're meant to help people work through their difficulties, right? Their struggles, their fears. I feel like you're meant to anchor love in. And I feel like that's what you're meant to stay focused on. So the things that you could possibly delegate so that you can focus on what you're meant to actually do here as part of your purpose, your highest and greatest good. I feel like this is you sharing your highest and greatest good. I have the Empress, the Ace of Cups, I have the Six of Pentacles, and I have the Hermit. Okay, like this is you sharing light. This is you, you know, being in your highest vibration. This is you, you know, being, you know, a divine loving being. This is you loving yourself, okay, and sharing that love wherever you go. I feel like that's part of what you're meant to kind of work towards and focus on, okay? So we don't want any kind of like burdens of the past or things that, you know, you could ask other people to do. So if there's projects and things like around the house and stuff that, you know, you might feel burdened by, I'm asking that you look into seeking for additional resources. I feel like with the Magician, like this is you, you know, you're meant to like create at a, you know, create something, you know, from your dreams, your inspirations, your beliefs, okay, your connection to the divine, okay? So you're supposed to be in a very like creative energy. And if you're holding on to the past or you're focusing on things that you don't need to focus your energy on because there's a better way of doing it, that's what they're asking for you to focus on at this time, okay? With the Magician, I'm also getting like, you have all the tools you need. And so now you can focus on the practice, okay? So practicing what you learned, right? Being of service, being of purpose, okay? Following what you are passionate about, right? This is like you being lit up and, you know, really enjoying life and just motivated and having these wonderful creative sparks of energy. I feel like that's kind of, you know, what's playing out here, which is beautiful, okay? All right, so this is so that you can be creative. You're meant to create, okay? There's something new coming in for you, okay? It might have the potential of something quite large, right? I feel like you're co-creating. You're meant to, yeah, have this fresh start, like just enjoy a new perspective, a new outlook on life. Like I feel like you're feeling like a sense of freedom, okay? And this is beautiful, and it's very deserving, okay? All of this is like around the corner, on the horizon. Like you made it to the top of the mountain, and I feel like this is like you recognizing this for yourself. Like whatever you set out, you accomplished. And so now you've got what it takes for the next leg of your race, the next leg of your journey, okay? And I feel like this is not far out, okay? This kind of is big picture, but you're very deep. You're a very deep person. Or somebody has their eye on you. One of the two. Let's see. What is this? Four of Swords. All right. Someone praying, connecting, healing. High Priestess energy. Yeah, I feel like this energy connects with you somehow. Maybe telepathically. Huh. Interesting. Wow, what if this is truly going on? You and this energy might be, who is this energy? Okay, so we have the Four of Swords, the High Priestess, Three of Wands. Oh, and then we have the Ace of Wands. Is that this energy? Wow. Okay. Three of Swords relevant? No, not between these energies. Okay. What is relevant? What else would be helpful to know? Ace of Wands, yeah. And then I have the Magician. No shit. Wow, guys, this is nuts. So it's like, be grateful for the heartache, pain, betrayal that you've experienced, because healing from this has literally brought in this new experience, okay, of a very grand scale. All right, we have the Magician on one side, Divine Masculine. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is like creative spark. This is source energy, okay, manifesting in the physical realm, but right now it's spiritual. Okay, so it's like this is another realm, if you will. All right, I feel like this is a higher realm, all right, with the Three of Wands. And I'm getting that, you know, through meditation, through spiritual practice, through connecting with oneself, connecting with our higher selves, inner children. I feel like this energy between the Magician and the High Priestess, they're connecting at this level here, which is fascinating, okay? I feel like they may have this in common. Like they've had life experiences with lots of like, you know, issues with heartbreak and betrayal, and maybe have had to do a lot of healing. Maybe there's a lot of healing and reaching a certain point in the journey here between the Magician and the High Priestess. Like they knew that there was a plan, that they had to come here and do the following things, experience this and that. I feel like there's a realization and an acceptance of all of this at this point, okay? Because there's higher wisdom and knowledge here. Not everybody understands this, that we all agree to have certain experiences here on Earth, right? To learn certain things, right? These things are to help us evolve, okay? And I feel like you experience a lot in your life that required a lot of healing and a lot of repositioning, a lot of soul searching and following a passion, following a calling, a spiritual calling here. I feel like there is divine energy that is part of all of this. This is like tapping into, you know, the spirit realm and, you know, having the direct connection here. I feel like these two are meant to co-create with the divine here. Okay, there's three, okay? I have three here with the High Priestess and the Magician. That's number 3. I have the Three of Wands here, okay? I feel like, yeah, there is a lot of opposition on this. I would imagine that nobody wants this coming together. So if you're feeling the heat or you've been through it, I feel like it's just another like challenge or obstacle to overcome. I feel like you have this like really strong grit about you. I feel like you use all the skill sets that you have. And if you need assistance, I feel like you have the backing. Okay, like if you need anything, like I feel like the resources are available to you. And I feel like now you have learned also to like bring those resources down into the physical realm as well, not just in the energy. Okay, so you're working on that manifestation energy. I feel like you're being called to make the decisions needed, okay? And if resources are needed for whatever so that you can focus on what you're meant to focus on, then take the action needed, okay? That's what I'm getting. This applies to quite a bit of things. So this could be work related. If you're being called to, you know, really step up, like maybe there's a team dynamic and maybe there's a volume that's picked up or something like that. Maybe it's time to kind of like take action. This could be on a spiritual level. This could be on a personal level. This could be like you making a decision to no longer maybe deal with this energy, which is, you know, I feel like you're blocked from this kind of energy. I feel like this is energy that people, like the woe is me, the victim, and, you know, how did I end up here? And I feel like this energy, like, you know, there's a church there that this group of people are not even looking at, where they could go out from, they could go into a warm place and be fed probably and taken care of, but they refuse. It's almost like self-inflicted, or just unaware of their circumstances or how to help themselves, I feel like. Right now, I feel like you're redirected from energies who don't want to help themselves. Okay. So if they want you to do the work, you're not interested. Okay. So people who do not want to put the work in are not those that you are aligned to help. If that helps, understand who is for you and who isn't for you when you are in spiritual practice, when you are of service. Okay. You're meant to help those that want to do the work. Okay. Even if it's one step at a time. All right. Here's the Hierophant. Yeah. This is definitely talking about, like, you know, everyone is here to learn, right? And it's either, you know, you can fuck around and find out, which most people do fuck around and find out, right? Because we've got both of these here. 5-5 might be significant. And then we have the Hierophant. So, you know, like, I'm getting like the Hierophant, the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. I mean, 5-5-5. So this is really talking about, like, you know, if you want to learn the hard way, we'll happily oblige you. Look at this. I mean, I couldn't, yeah. I mean, this is like exclamation point here. It's like, if you want to learn the hard way, we'll be happy to assist you, right? Like, look at that. That's nuts. It's cool. It's just like exclamation point. I feel like people chose the hard way. I feel like there's hard lessons playing out right now. I feel like you are to, you know, remain no contact. It's none of your business. You don't need to know. I feel like you know, but you don't need to know. Okay. So there's that. And then we have the Sun. Yeah, like you're meant to focus energy elsewhere. You're needed elsewhere. That's really that's also what I'm getting, is that, like, energetically you're meant to focus on other things. Okay. I feel like you have no emotional attachment to any of this. Okay. You've detached from it. Okay. Successfully. So you can let it go. Okay. I feel like they're confirming for me that you have detached from the past situations and you have come out victorious and you have risen above the situation. You no longer have any emotional attachments to it. In fact, what's done is done. Okay? You're moving on. You have elevated as a result of this experience. You've learned the lessons. You have other things to do, whether they want you to do it or not. Okay? You disturb them. Okay? Because your light is so bright and abundant. Like, your abundance, your happiness, like, you will receive what you are meant to receive through wish fulfillment as well. This is you being, you know, understanding, like, how powerful you could be, developing and using your intuition, right? I feel like I'm getting intuition. I'm getting, like, your spiritual gifts. I'm getting, like, you see things that others don't see. I'm getting that, like, there's a lot of, like, hidden information or things in the shadow, and I feel like you're an energy that can bring this stuff to the light, to awareness. I'm getting. I feel like you might trigger people to go within for some emotional awareness. I feel like you also can trigger where people don't feel like they're good enough, so that they're forced to look at that and heal that. It's almost like people don't like the fact that like you can see through them, that you see them without the mask. So they can't hide anything from you. They can't get anything over on you. Okay? And you're extremely happy and you like really love yourself. Like, they can't take that from you. I think they've always wanted they always wanted to take that from you, but they can't. That's not something they can take from you. Okay? Your own emotional fulfillment with your own self, like, yeah. I feel like that's a them problem, you know? I feel like you point out that it's a them problem, that they don't have this for themselves, and they don't want to do the work. If they put in the work, they could have the same thing. It's available to everyone. Okay? Interesting. Very interesting. All right, so maybe there's some reassessment needed. Maybe there is some taking a step back to see how things could kind of play out a bit differently so that you can be free and clear to really focus on what you're being called to focus on. I feel like there is like a realignment that's going to happen. So that's amazing. And just ride that wave. Try not to resist, okay? Things are playing out as they're meant to play out, so just try to see them from a higher perspective. And you know, I feel like there's resources that you can tap into for help, so maybe make those decisions that you need to make. And you know, remember that having balance in all of this is really important. And I hope you found this encouraging, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.